Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a final boss guide on the new final boss Chandler on challenge difficulty. So with this boss, there are quite a few problems, mainly the fact you can't use AoE skills. So you have to use a team that has mainly single target skills. Ultimates, as long as they're very powerful AoE ults, you should be able to get away with it. But single targets, you need a good character that's got 2 good single targets, or many good single targets on a good team. So, the team I will be using, and is how I got my top 6%, top 7% really, with 5.3k, is this team, which is the All Giants team with Liz. So, if you're wondering, you don't have some of the characters on my team, which characters are essential? So, there's only 2 characters that are essential on this team, which is this Liz here and Scotty. Queen Diane can be replaced with Red Matrona. Matrona can be replaced with anyone else, really, pretty much. She's only really here for her passive and her relic. If you do have her relic, it does make it much easier, mainly because of basic stat increase. Scotty, you don't really need her relic, and Liz, her relic is pretty much useless. So Liz's relic is that she increases her basic stats by 30% at the start of the match, as you can see here. So that doesn't really add too much. She is 6'6", the rank does give extra stats. Scotty's one, it's okay, it gives her certain percent basic stat increase at the start of the match, which is okay. Sorry, all stat increase when you use a card and you don't have a debuff, but you're pretty much always going to be debuffed on this when versing this boss. Queen Diane's here to tank, and she is probably the main DPS of this team, followed up by Scotty. Queen Diane can dish out a lot of damage very quickly, especially with her passive, and with these two especially. So the reason why these two are key characters on this team, I'll have a little timestamp on the bottom just in case you don't want to deal with this and you just want to get straight into the action. I understand. So Liz, for every debuff on her, increases your allies' HP stats by 12%. So she's pretty broken. This boss ignites you a lot, like up to 5 times. So you're getting 60% extra HP, which is quite a bit, especially with Scotty as well. So Scotty, her passive is decreases all enemies' attack and defense by 8% and increase allies' damage dealt, skill damage dealt by 15% for each debuff on the hero. So this means debuff on her. So in theory, you only need debuffs on 2 characters. Liz has a cleanse card, so you can cleanse your Diane so she's not having ignites on her, so you can deal more damage. So the reason why this is very broken is the fact that you're able to patience the second phase, which is the best. Unfortunately, it doesn't debuff you anymore on the second phase, so you've got a very short window of around 2 turns to fully wipe it. Before, of course, you lose the debuffs and you just end up still getting murked by it because he does a lot of damage. But increasing this is per debuff, 15% per debuff is very broken, especially when Scotty herself can dish out a lot of damage. And decrease the enemy's attack and defense is also very good. That means you're able to hit even harder because you're lowering their defense. Let's say you got five ignites on you. You're lowering the enemy's defense by 40%, which is a lot, especially when you're also lowering their attack by 40%, and as well as you're increasing your own stats by a lot as well, by 75%, which is quite good. Of course, this is skill damage. It means ultimates do not count under skills, which we have seen with recent characters increasing ult gauge with skills that we know that the ultimate does not count. But of course, it's still quite a bit of damage. Actually, ultimates still might count because it's of course an old character, so they may have differently meant back then. Okay, so now we're gonna get on to gear. So, I'll go on to gear, then I'll go on to links. So for gear, Liz is HP defense. I do have my perfect Liz HP defense set on her, just so she is able to tank quite a bit better. Liz is definitely the squishiest out of all of them, mainly because she doesn't really have that good stats. I've got Ludo Link. If I wanted to, I could do Ludo HP defense, which would give me a little more CC, but I have attack crit on, which is my Margaret set. Of course, if you do have Ludo and Margaret, you should have at least one attack crit set, one HP defense set. This allows you to be able to be a DPS Margaret, as well as having a tank Margaret, and it also allows you to use Ludo as well, properly for CC. Ludo has very high CC, that's the reason I use him as a link, not for the effect. Scotty, on the other hand, is using Soriel. I'm pretty sure Soriel is currently HP defense, but I will change him to attack crit down. So, her ult is very useful. This debuffs herself, this cancels buffs and stances, but cancelling buffs and stances is very good, but only at level 3. Of course, it only works at level 3, so not really going to be getting that much. But she's attack defense, just so she can tank a little bit better, and she's also able to dish out quite a bit more damage. When it comes to outfits, I only have her Hawk Pass one, which came out a while ago. and that's it. And then of course the free stuff as well. So you know, no one's super heavy like wailed apart from Deanne. Deanne is my most wailed character on this team. She has all outfits. She's only got 3 weapons, and she has all headgears. So Deanne is not an essential part of the team. You can replace her with Red Matrona, and then you'd of course have to change Matrona in the back. But Matrona is only really here for her passive, which gives you 25% basic stats to all giants, which of course is Skadi and Deanne. And then her relic, which also gives another 25% and still works in the back as well, which is also very good. Of course, if you don't have her relic, you still get 25% basic stats, so you still can use her. You just don't get the extra 25% basic stats from her relic. Gear-wise, I don't know whose set this is. I could just give them Red Matrona set, which is better. Give me more CC, probably. Yeah, just a little bit more. Okay, so links-wise, I've got Sariel on... Oh yeah, this is HP defense, Sariel. So we're going to give Sariel attack crit dam, just so he is able to provide more attack to Skadi. Skadi doesn't actually need to tank that much, so the extra attack is much more welcome. Ludo, of course, you saw is attack crit dam, HP defense, because of course we want Deanne to tank, and attack defense is Derriere as well, but Derriere's only there because she's got decent CC. Of course, the person you want on the back for a link is you want anyone with very good CC. Just give her a random good CC set. The only problem with this team is that yes, you don't get the highest points. That is the thing. Like I got 5.3k, that's good, but you know you're not going to be getting as good as the Full Goddess team. But the Full Goddess team, it's not very free to play friendly. You need a lot of the characters 6/6. Yes, you can see the character's been out for a while, so a lot of people are going to have them 6/6, but they might not. Margaret has not been back the most in comparison to a character like Deanne. I seem to have pulled like I've only pulled like 3 Margarets, but I've pulled like so many Deannes. And in my opinion, Deanne is a much better festival than Margaret, mainly because Deanne's actually very powerful with her ultimate. So the only problem is now is that my Deanne is 6/6. You don't need 6/6 Deanne, but 6/6 Deanne will definitely help. Of course, if you are running Matrona, Red Matrona instead, you have to literally hope and pray that your Skadi cards do enough damage, because Red Matrona is not going to do any damage at all. So Deanne's ult is very high damage, heals your team, which is the key part. So the reason why, of course, if you do have a high ult level, is you want to save her ult for the second phase, and I'll get into that when we start. And then of course we got the Quell, which is the most broken part of her ult. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm not going to be running any food. If you're running what I'm running, without food, without Escanor, and within 9 turns. So you want to normally be it on the 9th turn. The 9th turn does count towards this, so it's fine. But it's sometimes, of course, if you want to stall, you might have to stall for a little bit. You've only actually got to do this once. So the reason you've only got to do this once is because this costs you 60, and if you wanted to, you could buy 100 of the top ones just by doing the lower ones, and just buy this, and that's it, and dip. Because that's the key thing. And then this just requires the lower level one anyway, so you don't have to worry about it. And of course, the headgear you have to be in top 50 to get, so that is also, yeah, it's much easier. So don't worry about if you can't do the hardest one. You want to do the hardest ones once, and then you can farm the lower ones just to get the points, so you can actually buy the outfit and the weapon. Of course, if you don't have Chandler, you can still buy both of them, of course, but you just won't be able to use them. They only work on this green Chandler here, which is the recent Chandler release, which came out last September, October time. I'm not really too sure. But anyway, that's enough talking from me. Let's get into it. So if you're running there, why I quickly stopped the recording is because it might take a few attempts. If you get really bad RNG, I don't really want to show you a run where I get horrible RNG, but I also don't want to show you a run where I just get like god tier RNG. Because the first time I did it, I had very mediocre RNG, so I don't really want to show you a sort of a rigged run sort of thing. So with Skadi turn 1, or what you want to do here turn 1 is you want to play this Deanne card, this Skadi card, and then this card with Liz. So this card with Liz doesn't do much damage, so it's just a waste of space. This Skadi card, of course, if you have her relic, will give you an extra stack of her passive, which is what you want. Her relic, sorry, you want as many stacks as her relic as humanly possible, just so you're able to ensure that she does more damage and that she's able to survive more. Because it gives you 6% all stats, including defense-related stats. As you can see here, he does pull a lot of gold cards. I think he actually has increased rates of pulling gold cards. He's got ultimate already, which is fine. His ultimate doesn't actually hit very hard. Dragon Claw. Okay. We do have a lot of cards for Liz. I'm pretty sure her level 2 is AoE. So this is on one ally. This is all allies. Okay, so the problem with Liz's cleanse is that you only really want to use it on her. You don't really want to use it on anyone else. I'm going to do this. I want to save one of those Scotty cards, mainly because I need a DPS for the next phase. He will ult. I'm completely fine with him ulting. He's not actually going to do too much. Yeah, Diane's patiencing it at this point. The only problem is you don't actually have that much healing. Diane is pretty much your only healer, which you'll only really get the heal at the end when you use the finishing blow as Diane. So I'm going to do this, and then I don't actually need to get Diane's ult yet, so I'm probably just going to cleanse Diane again. Because I want to save cards as much as possible. As you can see, Diane is getting resistance stacks, but that is because of the effect of the card. So she's going to stop patiencing stuff again. Even Scotty patience that then. She won't miss patience that because that is a very high damaging card. Same with that one. It's slightly irritating. Yeah, it can Dragon Claw as much as it wants. Just been patienced. Okay, so I should be able to kill here. So this will remove the ultimate. Actually, no, we're going to do it this way. Just to make the most out of the damage. We'll do this. And then we're also going to do this. So as you can see Scotty's going to do a lot of damage here. This is quite a bit of damage for this boss especially. Diane's also going to do a lot of damage, but that's just normal Diane. Decent damage from both of them, which is what we want. What I probably could do is, if I time it correctly, I can probably use Scotty's ult to heal. We do have Diane's ult now, which is good. That's fine. He's going to counter her up, which is also fine. So how much HP has he got? He's got 100k left, which is quite a decent chunk now I think about it. You can do this as well, actually. So how much attack have you got, Scotty? No, that's Diane. So he's got 29k attack. How low is this guy's defense? He's got 3k defense. This is a little bit irritating, but that's okay. We might be able to kill with the ultimate here. So this will do decent damage. Won't kill though. Now this should kill and heal everyone. 1 million. There's the heal. You don't actually need 5-6 Scotty. My Scotty's just high ult level. 1-6 will still do the same because when you kill them, every enemy dies. So you get like stupid high damage from it. Now we're going to do... Actually, I don't need to taunt up this turn. Now this is the reason why you're saving cards, because now you don't get debuffed anymore, and now you can do stupid amount of damage here. Look at this damage. This damage is actually insane. Look, look at that. This team is very good. They're now going to attack her, which is fine. I don't mind. She's got a lot of HP. Also, Scotty's debuffed a hell of a lot. It's going to go straight for Scotty. Yeah, it will. Yeah. Okay, so now this is where you don't actually have to... What I am actually going to do is I'm going to merge for level 2 card for Diane. So what I will do is I'm going to cleanse Diane. So you're going to go for the cleanse. What turn are we on? We're on 9? We're on 7. Okay, this is fine. Now we can't do that, actually. I can do this, though, which will merge Diane, give her the extra HP buff from that, and then we're going to ult, and this will wipe. There you go, 1 million damage. I should heal everyone to max. Liz literally healed for 700k HP. And now points-wise, 5.9k. That's the highest I got. As you can see, I got 5.9k. This team is very good for points. It's not the best, but it's definitely very good for points. It's not that RNG based. You do need, of course, you can actually stall. For example, if you're not going for points, you can just stall constantly on the first phase because it's not going to kill you. And then you can just pop your Scotty ult at the end to kill. Of course, you don't want to kill the two side guys. That's the reason why I wasn't using any AoE skills. Killing the side guys on the first phase will give him 70% HP related stats per enemy you kill. So it'll give him like 140% HP related stats, which is a lot. He's already got 800,000 health. You don't really want that as well. And on the second phase, if you attack them, they get taunt for 2 turns, which is kind of broken. Which is the reason why you only really want to attack them with the ultimate at the end. But anyway, as you can see, This team, very good. Of course, if you don't have all the relics, this team is still decent. You may not be able to get all the points. It may be a little bit more RNG based, but it's a lot less RNG based than using a Goddess team. That it requires some sort of level of investment. These characters, of course, the higher level they are, the better. But of course, as you've seen, as I explained at the start, you do not need to do. You've only got to do this on this difficulty once, and then if you're a low level player, you just farm the low level ones, and you can buy the outfit, you can buy the weapon, so you don't have to worry. You only got to do it once. You only got to get top 50% as well. So what I do is I would roughly say you want to go for around the 40% marker, because you're not going to drop 10%. 40 to 30%, you're not going to drop 10%. You'll be fine. For example, where I am currently, I don't know where I actually am because I've gone up 600 points. I'm top 3%. As you can see, I gained 600 points and went up nearly 4%. It's quite impactful. Like 600 points is quite a bit, but it's not going to change your score dramatically. When you reach a certain point, points get very hard to get. But as you can see, this team's very good. And thank you for watching the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.